Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new, please subscribe. My channel is about all things beauty related, so if that interests you, be sure to subscribe. Today's video is a dramatic, kind of old school here with the wing liner and like the cut crease. So it's just a very dramatic all matte eyeshadow look using the Mario Masters Mattes palette. This palette just screams fall to me. It's so pretty. I love this palette. I've actually been late on the bandwagon for this palette. I didn't buy mine until like a couple weeks ago, and I've just been obsessed. It's been my everyday palette. And so one of my subscribers asked for a fall dramatic eye look using this palette. And so I created this kind of like old school with the cut crease and the wing liner, but also very wearable today with the matte formula and everything. So we're gonna jump right into it. I'm gonna take my Sigma E40 brush and go into the shade Matte number 2, which is like a yellow tone brown shade. And I'm gonna blend this all over my crease area, keeping it pretty high up into my brow, but really defining the entire area with that yellow brown, very warm tone. These shades blend out very nice. Sometimes they can be a little patchy, but I do find them easy to work with. And I love this palette mixed with other palettes. I feel like if you have any like pops of color palettes or shimmer palettes, you can really mix these shadows with it. And I think it's the perfect everyday palette. I use this shade right here in my crease every single day. I love it. It just like warms up my eyes without doing too much. And then I love that it comes with a huge mirror. There is a little bit of kickback with these shades, but that doesn't bother me because I love Anastasia Beverly Hills formula, and her formula has a lot of kickback, but her shades are so buttery, smooth, amazing. And so this is going to be a dramatic fall look. Like this palette screams fall, like screams fall. That crease just blended out into this very warm crease. Just want to make sure they both match. And I want a very warm crease area. Sometimes I will take my brushes and rub them on an old paper towel just to make sure I'm using a fresh brush with no extra shadow on it. All right, so now I want to go in with this shade down here, which is 5, shade number 5. I'm gonna blend this into my crease, keeping it low. Again, blending out so nice. And I'm creating a very like warm toned orange crease area. These shades come out like darker than they appear in the palette, so do be aware that sometimes you might think this is like a soft brown shade and really it's like a more pigmented brown. So I'm just carving out my crease here, getting some definition, really creating that nice defined crease area. I always take my time blending out eyeshadows. I'm just like obsessed with blending out my eyeshadows. It's like the most satisfying, fun thing for me. Yeah. And I just like sit in my own thoughts and manifest and create positive energy for my day and just like, yeah. So if you're someone who just like hates blending or just like, I don't know, always under blends, just like find peace and ease with doing your eyeshadow and blending, and it will just flow. Your creativity will just come out. And so just gonna make sure they're even here. I'm gonna take matte number 6, which is right next door to that warm tone matte, and I'm going to apply this very dark brown shade to my outer V. I'm just like patting it and then rubbing it back and forth. This is an old Coastal Scents brush. Yeah, I don't really recommend it, but I do still use it. I don't know if anyone remembers Coastal Scents from like 8 years ago. They were like a BH Cosmetics brand. And I'm gonna go over to the other eye. Just be very careful because these shades are so pigmented. And just really defining my outer crease, or my outer V, sorry. And at first, this eyeshadow was a little patchy, but I just like tapped it out, blended it out, but I can see why people think these shades can be a little patchy. All right, so there's that. We have our nice defined outer V, warm crease area. So next I have this Laura Mercier. This is an eyeshadow stick and this is in the shade Ginger. And it's just like a nude tone eyeshadow stick. So I'm just going to apply this to the inner half of my eyelid, kind of blend it out with my finger. Doing a little bit of like a cut crease here. So there's that one. And I'm just gonna like blend it in with my finger. Just like tapping at the edges so that they're nice and soft. And I'm gonna take this lightest vanilla shade, so matte number 1, and tap that right on top. Like that. On a brush that looks like this, like a painter's brush, I'm gonna take that red tone brown right there, tap off the excess, and then pat it right there at the edge. And just kind of bring it over. I'm gonna do the same thing to the other eye now. So I'm taking that Laura Mercier eyeshadow stick, blending it here. Try to get them to match, like carving out almost a cut crease. Gosh, I just woke up this morning, my voice. So then I'm just gonna tap it out with my finger. And then I go back in with that one vanilla shade. And I'm gonna tap that on top of the eyeshadow. Just really gonna like whiten it up. On that painter's brush, going in with that lighter red tone, matte number 7, and then blending out that on the edge. That one's really red compared to the other one. And just making them match. Like that. They match pretty good. So I actually really like how this turned out. It's a little bit like more dramatic with the like very light vanilla, but you could always go in with that other orange tone shade, and so it's not so like white, you know, but these shades blend out so nice together. Then I'm just gonna tap on some more of that dark brown so that way the crease is still like, or the outer V is still like defined. I'm debating if I want to do like a little wing liner and make this look like super dramatic. I have Wet n Wild. This is the Wet n Wild liquid liner. I'm gonna create a small skinny wing. Let's see if I can actually do it. So I just created a really small little wing. Really haven't been feeling the wings, but something about this look was like, you need a wing. So I'm trying to make sure they match, and I feel like they don't. But I'm not playing that game. They match. This one just needs to be a little bit longer. I'm not playing that game. So now we're gonna do the bottom lash line. I'm pretty sure I wanna go in, okay. So with that brush, that painter's brush, I'm gonna go in with that brown that we went in with the crease. It's gonna be matte number 5. And I'm gonna blend this kind of all over the bottom lash line. And then I'm gonna take that red right there and define the outer part. And I'm just gonna take a blending brush and just kind of blend out the edges there because they got a little crazy. I'm just gonna take a little bit of the vanilla shade and just like touch it here and like drag it over that red just a little bit. Not sure if the red was brought too far in. So do you guys ever pick a favorite eye when you're making a look? I feel like my left eye is my favorite eye on this one. I don't know, the wing looks better on the right, but. All right, so now I'm gonna highlight my inner corner with some Laura Mercier 01 highlighter. It's my favorite inner corner highlight. I'm like going with one matte vanilla or whatever the matte shade is. And I'm going to tap that underneath my brow bone. And then I just want to go in here and blend out the edges. I'm going to dip in again with some warm matte too and just like blend out these edges here. I'm going to go with this brown Rimmel London eyeliner. I love this eyeliner. I've talked about this before. I just love this eyeliner so much. And I'm going to put this in my waterline. Brown was a good choice. I like the way this looks. Some mascara and some Ardell Demi Wispy lashes. Alright guys, my Ardell Demi Wispy lashes are on. Bottom lash mascara and the look is complete. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, like, and comment, and I'll see you in my next tutorial.